All right. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I turned on the box with the power supply. Got the amp clamp in line because I want to show how much amperage I'm pulling when the box is being talked on through the Cobra 2000 over there with 20-watt peak drive. It's late and it's early in the morning. It's time is it 3:23 in the morning. So took my break, had something to eat, stuff like that. The only thing I need to fix is the preamp switch and move the little resistor down here from the bottom tab to the middle tab. That's all I got to do there. So what I'm gonna do now is show you what I went through, why the lid is off, and show you my procedure of why one fan was working and the other one was not, and show you the process I went through to figure this out within about 5 minutes. But that was just me trying to be like, all right, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Well, we're gonna do. I'm gonna walk you through this one step at a time. You can see the box quite well. All right. I can't go to sleep until I got a red wire here going from the board to the fan. But let me show you how I came up with that conclusion. Power supply is off. The breaker I have shut off. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. Disconnect the ground. Well, I'll disconnect the ground from now. Between the board, this is a temporary wire, that's not permanent. So I turn the box on with the lid on, okay? The front fan was running really good. Back fan, nothing. That is a doornail. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking two things. Ground issue, or when I did this over here with putting the wires together and the heat shrink and all that, maybe it didn't make a good positive connection on this fan here, and it happens. So I wanted to give you guys that. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring up my continuity checker. Okay. Because even with power on, it was goofy. Diode checker, right? That's, you hear that? You have continuity. Now, ground tab on this fan here, ground tab on that one there, connection, right? Okay. I've tried to explain to people, try this, try that, see if you have continuity on this and that, see if you have voltage on this and that. Guys are like, well, I don't want to screw anything else up. I want to start teaching you guys how to diagnose stuff slowly, like part one, part two. This will be like a part one, but a basic part one. So here and here, you got ground, right? No ground. Lid, no ground. Metal, ground. Paint, no ground. Metal, ground. Metal on case, no ground. Board, no ground. Come over here, no ground. Case, ground. Case, ground. So this fan has case ground when it's on. This one didn't. So I figured I would just run a jumper to go from here to here and see if both fans would work. Okay, with just the ground. I know it's a red wire. It shouldn't be a red wire. It should be a black wire. I'm just doing this right now for kicks. So we got that on, right? Take the digital multimeter, turn it off. These little meters are a lifesaver for me. So, got that done, right? Now let's go turn on the power supply. 50 amp breaker, not the 90 amp one. The 90 amp one is for the monster power supply. The 50 amp one is for medium sized. God, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, now the voltage here is at 13.7. I don't know if you can see that over there, if it's in reverse, but it's at 13.8, 13.9, whatever. And both of these fans are running and they're not attached to the case. Now, I take this ground here off, both of them stop running. Okay? On, off. So, the conclusion on this is I need to get some 16 gauge wire. It's the smallest I've got for black. And I'm going to fix this ground problem once and for all. I just threw this in there because it was a piece of whatever it was good to have. I put all my tools away. Yeah. Come here, tools. Let's grab the whole bag over here. Somebody's awake. Probably really upset that I'm not in bed right now, but I gotta get this done. Alright, that's done there. Okay. And I would like to get another 43 core out because I want to filter this, but not at the fan. I want to filter it here. Okay, why? More room there to do it. Cut it there. Let's see what we're going to need to do. 3 wraps. 2, 3. I could probably go 4, actually. It wouldn't hurt, I wouldn't think, if I can make this work. Come on, hands, I gave you guys a rest for a good long time. Close enough. No, 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 no. There we go. Ow. Alright. Okay. So, now, here's our grounding lug, or ground, that's going to go directly to the board. Okay? In fact, what I will do, I'm going to put less stress on it, and I'll go over here. Strip this again. That one. There. You know, there's solder over there. I'm going to tin it anyway. This shouldn't be a very long video. Alright. This will go right over here. So now this amplifier has no more problems with grounding at all whatsoever. In fact, if I really wanted to, if I had to, I can take another piece and go from here to here and connect the ground from here to here to here. Not needed. Not needed. So we're good there. This guarantees that this is going to be grounded. This one's already grounded through the case. I'll prove that to you again. What did I put? Want to be thorough. Here to metal, 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 metal. This one was getting ground from all over. I go from here to here. Okay. I couldn't do that before. Well, yeah, I could do that before. But now, and this case is not even touching the box. But now this is connected to here. This will ground on everything, and it will work. Now, that little jaunt is done. The only thing though is, if you ever have to open up the box for whatever reason, you got to be really careful of not yanking wires off. Okay, so there's that to consider. Now, I want to fix this LED thing over here as best as I can. So that problem is done. There. I knew it. All right. Move the LED up. Put this back on the switch where it belongs. Come on. You know what? This is when you have, or you think you have enough wire to go from point A to point B, and you really don't. If I melt the switch, I'll replace it at my cost. Okay. Now, this one is going to go to the middle one here, because that wire is going directly to the relay. I should have thought of that before I connected it to the bottom switch. Bottom lug of the switch. Whew, it's hot. I should have known better. You know what I'm going to do? Really quickly, I'm going to straighten it out. Give it a little bend. Stick a little solder on there. There. On, off, on, off. This should work like a charm. No more problems. Okay. All right. All right, that's fixed. Fans are fixed. Now we're going to put the fan case back on the box. Look up inside the front. Everything seems to be a-okay. Everything is fitting in the wait. Not everything is fitting in the back the way I want it to. This needs to go back here around the back fan. There. No, I don't see any more red fans. Now, I left the power switch in the on position. Alright, it's hitting something. What is it hitting? What could it possibly be hitting? It shouldn't be hitting anything. No, that's low enough. Well, that there is low enough. Okay. Fans are running. It's pulling air in from the vents in the back. Which what I might do is make these a little, take one of these little bars out so they can have more. This is really moving air. I mean, it's really kicking air for these little tiny fans. They're moving air. Yeah, they need more air intake to blow more air out. So, but what is causing not anymore. I take that back. Yeah. I know what's causing it. I know what's causing it. I need to push down the output combiner here and move this here. All right. Didn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it does when you have a lot of limited quantities of stuff. See, those go in the middle here. That's got nothing to do with it. It has to do with nothing to do with these. This fan sits right here, so it's got something to do with this. I don't see any marks on this, so what I will do, all right, God damn it, okay, put this all the way down, and then, I mean, this fan is barely clearing the output transformers. I mean, barely. The only other way to fix this issue would, no, there's a wire right there it's going to hit. I can see it right through the fan. Man, there's no easy way with this case, is there? There. Stick the wire way back there. So there's no way it's going to get into the way of the fan. That's all the way down. That's all the way down. Move this out of the way. Problem solved. Now, I fixed the light on the preamp. But I might have to replace the switch. I don't know. But what I do know is that, check this out. I want to show you, these fans are blowing up, right? You take out one of these slats, it's going to increase the airflow coming into this. These little things on the side, these little vents back here, nothing. They're nothing. Where's my snips? Right here. You can feel more air being pulled in. Some more air can come out. Okay. Dig down one side, gotta do it on the other side. Make it easy. Or make it fair, I should say. I know you just love seeing my bald head. There. Now the fan's got more air. A lot more air being pulled in. And a lot more air being pulled out. And none of the edges are sharp, so we're good there. These little fans kick, man. We're only at 13.8 volts. There's 15 right there. It's sucking in there. It's sucking in there. It's not blowing the lid off it. Because it needs more air to be pulled in. Do you see how the air just starts, you got enough airflow, they stop bogging and they start really blowing? You know what that tells me? Holes need to be drilled into this on the sides to let cool air in to blow this out. So we're going to turn that off for a minute, and we're going to cut the other two things over here because it's just not enough airflow. It's not. It's probably why the fan's got not doing good in the first place. There. Now we have that block, which should be good for one fan, or at least halfway decent for one fan. You want the fans to last longer. They have to have proper ventilation so air can come in and air can come out. So we're taking air in here and here and blowing it out the top here. Here's the other issue though. Even though I took out those 4 bars and we have these now holes over here for intake air, it's not gonna be enough to make these fans blow free flowing, because I need to put probably 1, 2, 3, 6 more holes in here on the sides to make it pull in more air to blow out more heat. But modifying stuff that normally don't need to be modified. Just out of shits and giggles, I want to see what kind of screw this is, because if I have one, I'm going to replace the 3 front screws with brand new ones because they look really icky and nasty. I don't know if I have this size pill screw. Is that what they use, is a pill screw? Sure does look like it. Alright, hang on a second. Oh, long night. Those screws are back here. There. Same size as that one. Same exact size as that one. Alright, so this is what the old one looks like. This is just taking a little bit of extra pride in your work. And I'm going to replace these one at a time. Shiny, nice and pretty. And it goes right in, no problems, no glitches. No nothing. Beautiful. When I have to do the work that I had to do to this box, replacing 3 more screws is nothing. And I'm not even charging for this. It's just, I'd feel bad if I had to let this box go with these nasty looking screws in the front. I mean, that one's like, is ick. So we'll take another pill screw, line it up, put them right in. Is it improving the performance of the box? No. This is just to make it look nice. This one, definitely icky. Show you this one. No shiny there. Those are the 3 old ones. Is this a new one, or is this another kind of... No, that ain't it. That's definitely not it. Oh, I have to blow my nose again. Unbelievable. A little bit of extra here, a little bit of extra there. If this was my box, well, it is, but I sold it. But until I ship it out of here, it's still my box. And I want to make sure that it looks and it does the absolute best possible performance that it can do before it leaves here. And there's 3 more screws back here. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take you out of the phone cradle. I'm going to show you this over here. Those 3 new screws at the bottom there by the 700. Looks brand new. Real pretty. Now we're going to go over here to this side and have you look down there on those screws. That one down there. This other one in the middle. I can't get a good view on this. There's another one here. That doesn't look nice. And the other one right back there. Okay, that's what they look like now, right? Okay. We're gonna fix that too. Why? Because they're old, icky, and I don't like them. Yeah, real nice. Take out another 3 of these pill screws. These are all nice and shiny. See the difference? I got all my lights on. Yes, I know. An automatic drill would make this a breeze and zip, 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 done. But I don't want to be stripping out anything. Okay. All right. Another really nice screw, huh? That's what I'm going to replace it with. Nice, pretty, new, shiny screw. Just a little bit of extra pride. So when this goes out, and the customer gets it, he's going to look at this thing. He's an elderly man that I was told. And he's going to really appreciate this box. And I want him to. So whatever I can do to make it more special for this gentleman, I will do it. It just looks nicer. I'm gonna spend all them time. I spent 2 hours putting the fans in, doing the screws, cutting them, sanding them down, rethreading them, all that. What in the heck is 6 more additional screws? Uh-oh, what happened to my